When I asked two members of my target audience what they thought of the front cover of my magazine, they both commented on the colours that I had used. The red, white, black and grey all fit the theme that they thought it would be. I asked one male and one female, both 17 and 18 years old. The female audience member that I asked questions to mentioned the fact that I had used a female model around her age. She felt that she could identify with her and it made her want to buy the magazine more. Both female and male commented on the style choice and felt that it really fit with the genre and the type of clothing that they would wear. I decided to add a banner and a puff to my magazine so that I could entice the readers to buy it. I advertised backstage passes and a free poster because that's what my target audience wanted me to put on. The members of my target audience I questioned really liked the masthead and the font and style and colours. It reminded them of one of their favourite bands, Fall Out Boy, as well as the colours and the style making it really fit the genre, and they liked it. I used alternating colours on my fonts so that each one would stand out, so that my target audience could see which ones that they wanted to see. I also added a reasonable price that my target audience would find acceptable and would willingly pay for my magazine. Overall, I feel as though my front cover is perfect for the target audience I previously described because they all enjoyed the colours, the fonts, the styles, the model, and they willingly wanted to buy it. Both members of my audience that I questioned really preferred the contents page because they thought it was really structured and well thought out and detailed, so they found it really easy to navigate. Also, both members of my audience really liked how the top of the contents page tied in with the front cover and followed a running house style. They liked the band index because it was organised and the colours also matched. However, they liked the fact that the separate images had different colours on each so that it wasn't strictly red, black, white and grey. They also liked the idea of the social media at the bottom because they're teenagers and they obviously use social media quite frequently, and it helped them keep up to date with the magazine. And they also liked the advertisement because music is something they're obviously interested in, so it was perfect for them. I feel like my contents page was detailed enough, and also I wanted to separate the text with images so that it wasn't just words and words and words. Overall, I feel like out of the three products I created, my contents page was the strongest because it really seemed like a real magazine with the structure, the images, the style and the colours. Out of all the products I created, the article double page spread was in fact the target audience's least favourite, although they did still say that they would buy the magazine and that the article was quite interesting, and they did like the layout and the images. The only problem was that they found it slightly less interesting because it was a white background and there were only 3 images. The female member also pointed out that these were harder to read than the rest because of the dark colours on the red, but she did like the context and the fact that it matched the house style of the contents page and the cover. Also, they both really enjoyed the fact that the title had the running theme as well, and with the fonts. They liked the layout because it was split with images. I also feel like out of the 3 products I created, this one was not the best of the 3. I feel like I could have coloured the background maybe, or added more of the shapes to bring out certain points of the text. But the colours and the styles still mean that the target audience I specified earlier in my research would be the audience that would buy this. The female and male members of my audience that I questioned both really enjoyed the images on my double page spread. They enjoyed them because the style was like the style on the cover, so they knew it was the article related to the main cover line. and it's also the style that they enjoy. The musical instruments and the colours also drew them in because it's their type of thing, and they wouldn't want like bright pinks and fashion images. The fonts, I feel as though, were the best choices because you can easily distinguish between the questions and the answers, and the fonts also ran with the house style and theme from my cover and contents page. Overall, this was the members' least favourite, but I think it was because there was less going on compared to the other pages, and less colour, which is why the contents page was their favourite. Overall, I really like my double page spread, and I feel like it is a good representation of a real music magazine because it has the columns and the layout. I've also emphasised certain points that she has made to draw in the audience, and I have used images where appropriate, also like a real magazine. Overall, I feel as though all three of my products bring in the target audience that I earlier specified, as those I asked were part of that target audience and really enjoyed it, whereas when I asked a few older people and younger people, it didn't really appeal to them in the same way.